Hello.
Hi.
We are back. Everyone grabbed a slice or four of pizza. So we are charged
Hey,
and
Jonathan,
ready
is
to
that the last
eat.
pizza slice? LPS?
Well, there's two actually, so not quite the last.
Oh.
We're just gonna give everyone a few minutes to come back into the chat. We're gonna field some of your comments at the moment. We're seeing a lot of wolf banana emojis from Lil Catherine, from Vanessa Frey.
We don't have a banana in this flat, do we?
Aheg Alvin is here. He is half Norwegian and half Swedish, so his family is split in the battle for best song. I feel your pain. Suzanne, girl, really? Oh my god.
It's YouTube.
Honey, but you're right by the mic, so it kind of like absorbs it. Vanessa says Subwoolfer are icons. Adina says twinsies. We are
So
waiting
when
for-
are we going to see their faces?
Maybe we won't. Maybe we have to wait for them to win to sort of.
I don't think they will
Like
ever
improve.
reveal their faces. Like, why? I mean, they are not an act only for Eurovision, right? I mean,
But isn't it speculated that they are two relatively popular
Ben
artists?
Adams from A1, the Norwegian British boy band, and also Goethe something Goethe something. Subwoolfer's TikTok is absolutely bananas. All right, are you in Italy? Exo Caroline, yes.
We are.
We are in Santa Rita, Torino right now, near
Torino.
Pala Olimpico.
bellissima, grazie mille.
All right, so there are over 100 people here, so why don't we go ahead and get the ball rolling. We are going to kick this off by reviewing Norway Subwoolfer. So when they first came out at Melody Grand Prix on the press day, you know, in these yellow wolf costumes, in my head, I was like, oh my god, this is so try-hard. WTF, this is gonna be a disaster. Because we just had a picture of two guys, you know, dressed as wolves mated with bananas, and I was like, what is going on? Then their song came out, and it was just instantly gripping. The beat, the production, the vibe, it takes you somewhere instantly to the club. You listen to the lyrics and you're like, this is kind of witty and funny, but ultimately for me, it's the music that keeps me here. I love the music. The lyrics, of course, play on Little Red Riding Hood, Grimm's fairy tales, Grimm Brothers fairy tales, one of the most popular stories across all cultures, not just in Europe, but around the world. Everybody knows the story of Little Red Riding Hood. And let's just say our girl has a dilemma. The wolf is hungry, grandma is vulnerable. Keith and Jim are like, you better feed that wolf a what?
Banana.
A banana, honey. Get that potassium. You can read this in many ways. There's the obvious COVID kind of allegory, vulnerable person, vaccination, etc. But the wolves themselves have said the song is too deep and layered for there to be any single meaning. Final point for me, and one reason I think this will do well. At every single pre-party event this year across Europe, when this comes on, the audience goes crazy. They have a remix of this that is so club ready. You know, it's hard to fault this. You may call it silly. Well, guess what? Kids are going to love silly. You may think it's weird. Well, guess what? People who only watch Eurovision casually often love the weird and vote for the weird. And then there are people who are all about the dance music, and they're going to love this and eat this up. I think this is ticking a lot of boxes across a lot of different people. I expect this to sail to the final and absolutely kill it. Jonathan from the UK, what about you?
I mean, yeah, when we started the Eurovision 2022 season, you know, yellow wolves that were obsessed with bananas was not necessarily on my list of things I was expecting. But coming, you know, out of left field with something so different is, you know, a pretty good way of standing out amongst 40 songs, which is the aim when you come to Eurovision. I don't think we can deny the fact that this... yes. Very fitting for the storyline. It is a really well produced song. I'm definitely, you know, happy to admit that. It is, you know, Scandi pop producers at some of their best in terms of the production there. The masks, they are definitely, you know, bringing that element of mystery and that element of intrigue For me, there is also the slight caveat that it means that I don't connect with them as much compared to some of the other performers.
Someone in the chat said that also. They can't connect.
I don't get the personal connection like I will with many of the other artists this year, which sort of brings them down ever so slightly. And also the masks prevent them from giving expressions on stage to sort of mix things up a bit. So from the 2-minute mark onwards, it does veer a bit towards repetitive for me. But it is still very much a really fun entry. It's one that I will dance along and sing along to, and one that is definitely going to be iconic, I think, for a lot of people just casually watching at home.
Imagine the party.
Saskia McKenna says, not one I listen to in my spare time, but I love it in the context of Eurovision. Sinan Sadula.
Oh, I love that song. I mean, firstly, when it came out for the Melody Grand Prix, North's Melody Grand Prix, I didn't pay that much of attention. I didn't really listen that much. But then when they chose it, I started listening, I actually started listening to every single song for this year's Eurovision.
No.
But, oh my gosh, that song, the live version, even they, as you said, they have remix. That remix is everything. Oh my gosh, the drops on it, the trap, the trap.
Suzanne!
sound.
That's a very expensive
Why do
piece
you
of
hate
equipment.
me? I feel
So-
like you hate me. So, yeah. And I found those guys. They are guys, right?
Yeah, they're guys.
They are men. Okay.
Have you actually asked them their gender?
So,
Do you know?
because I go to the veterinarian a lot, I'm used to seeing whether animals have testicles, and let's just say those wolves have testicles.
I don't
And
think that qualifies anymore for gender.
I also spoke to them. This is not something they said that. Anyways, please go ahead.
I find them very attractive, by the way. I don't know why. I feel like they are hot. And, yes.
They're
And
the antithesis of Achille, right? Like he's showing it all, and they're hiding it all. But there's that same.
Oh,
allure.
interesting. Lil Catherine says that they are they, them. That is interesting. I did not know that. So they. Thank you so much for clarifying. Tusen Tag.
Not they them as in plural, but really they them as an individual.
I know.
They them. I don't know. I'm asking.
That's what she's saying.
Oh, okay, great. Thanks, Lily Catherine.
Sorry, Sina.
so yeah, I love that song. It makes me dance. It makes me go crazy. And I feel like at Eurovision we will have a huge party when they come up on the stage, because their presence, that energy, that positivity, like people who say that this is a what the fuck moment and silly and stuff, girl, if you enjoy the music, just let it go. Don't think about, oh, this is stupid or this is childish or stuff. Really, come on, just enjoy it. If you like it, don't search for some like non-less stuff. Yeah.
Suzanne Adams.
This song is fun, it's catchy, it kind of makes me see someone just howling at the moon, right? I'm in the process of getting my house ready for sale, and I literally, as I'm walking around organizing, cleaning, getting ready to send things off to Goodwill, I put this song on repeat, and I'm just kind of dancing around the house, getting rid of shit. So, William already mentioned the Little Red Riding Hood and the Three Bears. That takes me back to childhood. Anyway, so I like the song. First listened to it during Melody Grand Prix. William's like, you've got to react to this song. I think they're going to win. And so the evening that they won, I had actually reacted to it. I liked the whole spaceship thing. There was this one moment where I'm like, oh, this is kind of like Men in Black, and I'm picturing Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. I keep making jokes about grandma being aged and seasoned. Great choreography. The song has no meaning, but it's fun. It's memorable. It reminds us to eat the banana and get our potassium in.
Yes.
The flag on the moon was kind of cute. It's kind of cute also when they put their claws up or they rub their belly. It has a tribal vibe. I like it. It is my top 3. It's in my
Oh.
top 3 this year. And so I mentioned a moment ago, you've got Achille just taking it all off, and there's something scary, sexy about him. But there's something mysterious and
Are you ready to open up?
alluring about these yellow masked men. And you pick the masks at a perfect time. We're all used to walking around wearing masks these days, so it's probably not
Literally.
as hard to breathe as it might be since you're accustomed to doing that. So very smart move. All right, one of my top 3. Love it. Go Subwoolfer. Okay.
Hero in Japan says, I love these wolves, but the only reason why I'm put off by the song is the lyrics. I like the scent of every meal in your breath. That's too much for me. I'm like, give that wolf a toothbrush.
Some Listerine.
I'm picturing the smell of fish in my cats now after they eat their salmon.
Ooh, girl.
But I
Fizz Punk says Norway is the better joke entry. Latvia and Subwoolfer are in the same semi, and I think Norway overshadows Latvia. I agree with that. And I
Joke entry?
But you can see
I can
why
see it.
you
Fun
might
But I think
say
it's
that.
gonna
fun
do
entry.
well.
I think that's...
This is quality music. This is
Yeah.
that. It's got that Scandinavian Nordic polish. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's time to go around and give our scores and whether we think this will make it out of the semi-final.
Oh, yes.
My score was an 8.5. I think this is just A, a song that works in Eurovision, but B, a song that weirdly works outside of Eurovision too. It shouldn't, and yet it does. It's sort of, they have a good swagger and energy. When they're walking around the press center like in Amsterdam, you just want to see them, hear them, talk to them, well,
Baby's so cute.
through their translator.
Take
because they don't
pictures
actually
with
speak.
them.
They're fun in interviews. I thought the gag would get old, but it hasn't because their TikToks are really quite funny. Their Instagram reels are very funny. So yeah, I have positive feelings for this. It's going to sail through to the final. This is performing, is it next to last in semi-final 1? After Greece and before Armenia, this is going to pop out because both Greece and Armenia, certainly Armenia, they have a subdued vibe. Greece starts out raw, very naked, exposed, and it builds. This comes out of left field. Norway in the middle of that. If this was a sandwich, Armenia and Greece are the bread. Very nice bread. Delicious, wholesome bread.
Ooh.
But in the middle, we got some banana, y'all. PBJ
Oh, I like
with
banana bread.
Oh, yes. And that's what we're getting. Jonathan.
My score is a 7 out of 10. It is one that I do really like when it comes on. I, as I said, will be dancing and eating as many bananas as possible whilst in those 3 minutes. So yeah, it's one that I do very much expect to progress from the semi-final, and I think could be pushing Norway towards another pretty decent result there. Maybe coming close to topping the televote again. We'll have to see.
Sinan.
Oh, my score is 8 out of 10. I think that they will absolutely qualify. I have a question. It's interesting why Eurovision didn't put them last to perform, because that song is really the song that should either open the contest or open the semifinal or close the
I
semifinal.
think Secret of
So
Thieves is great.
they were
Who's
drawn
closing
in
this out again?
Armenia. So
which-
Norway was drawn into the second half, so they weren't
Yes.
going to open the semi. There's this myth among fans and producers sometimes debate this that they're not going to put the strongest act first in a half, right? So you wouldn't want to blow. I was going to say blow your load. You don't want to give it all away
We are
at the
no longer
start
kid-friendly.
of
God,
the
we are no
second
longer
half. So
kid-friendly.
instead they put it toward the end. And then I think it's a matter of practicality. I still have this vision of Armenia on a large bed or a large prop, and maybe
Like
they want
water breath.
something. So maybe they want
Bread.
House
bed.
from the music video.
yeah, the large house from the music video. Something big
Floating on the water.
that they have to wheel out. So maybe that's why,
Like a
because
river.
Norway
Yeah.
didn't have staging props. They had like a DJ cart, but that's easy to wheel.
That's
on and
enough,
off.
actually.
So,
like, I
but to
don't-
answer your question, I think it's because of just practical considerations
Okay.
involving staging and props.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think they need something huge like a staging. Some lights, fireworks, like waterfalls or something. That would be really cool to see. And their energy is enough, actually. Their energy is enough, and I think they will qualify 100%. They even like Norway can go for top 10, top 15.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually, I think that that song will become even more viral after the semi-final.
We should point out it did reach the global Spotify top 5 viral charts.
Hello.
So at some point, briefly.
Yeah,
So that's very good.
People just love to party and listen to, that song. So, and it's like summer is coming. Imagine you're in aqua park or having a, swimming pool party and that song comes on.
After a few
my gosh.
cocktails, my word.
Oh.
Suzanne Adams, will the trend of you giving super low scores continue?
This song is going through. It's one that I rated highest because I've really loved it since I listened to it. I mean, the Roop did it last year with the yellow because yellow is a happy color. And so they start off well with this happy yellow sunshine vibe. And I gave this an 8. It is going through, y'all. I hope it comes in the top 10. I like these masked people.
There are a lot of questions or comments in the YouTube chat between Vergard Garnst and Lil Catherine, essentially debating whether this song will do well with the juries. Now, a lot of people seem to think it will do well with the televote. I want to very, very quickly ask each of you, will this do well with the jury? And also you in the comment section, please comment about whether you think this will do good with the juries. I'm gonna say better than people think because the production is on point. When you hear this, it is smooth and polished. It feels like it belongs on the radio and in the club. And that's why I think juries will go for this despite the fun element. Jonathan.
I think it'll be okay. I don't think the juries will bomb it, but I don't think it's going to be one of their top scoring ones.
Sinan.
I feel like when the juries are watching, they are starting to write their notes. They will like this, like 10 points, 8 points, 12 points. I think they will get really good points from the juries, definitely. I don't know if they will rank them like the highest one on the semi-final, but they will get a lot of points.
Suzanne.
I think the televote is going to love them. I think the jury, it'll depend on what the staging is like, but it's just so much fun. You can't help but be drawn in. So I'm going to say they're going to do relatively well with the jury. Yes, I am.
Now, we are not the only Wiwibloggs around the world. There are dozens of us all over the place, from Australia to the United States to Italy, and the overall average across all these people is... Wow, 7.84.
We clearly like them.
That is a good score. Jonathan, give us some context. The Wiwi Jury is now done. Without revealing, the winner, who or how did this do? How did Norway do?
It did very well. It is, pushing towards an 8 is a really good sign with the Wiwi Jury. So this came 6th overall. So it's definitely one of our highly favoured ones.
Ooh, this group of fans rated this 6th out of 40. Holla!
It's very
Our
interesting.
dysfunctional family agrees on something.
Can I say something? I feel like this year we ranked the song all of the songs really higher than last year.
Not me.
No, that's not true.
That's not true?
No, it's not.
Okay.
There are a lot of low scores.
Okay.
In any case, there was a question about the Wiwi Jam in Turin. As you know, our party on the 11th of May, Wednesday the 11th of May, sold out.
You can't do a book signing there.
Thank you so much. Sold out in 24 hours. We apologize. We didn't realize the tickets would go on sale so quickly or that they would sell out so quickly. We're not yet sure if there are extra tickets. We have a meeting with the organizers this weekend. The venue is handling all the tickets and things, and so we're not really in the loop about whether a second wave will come out. However, we're going to check this weekend, and we will keep you guys up to date. We're going to start announcing the artist on the Wiwibloggs Instagram for our physical party. Sinan's going to make the graphics very soon.
Also.
Not really, because no one updates it, and things fall through the cracks. But it'll be on the Wiwibloggs Instagram. I can go ahead and tell you though, the first confirmed act is Ronella Hayati from Albania. So get ready to Trey Tamarsha with our girl and her secret.
Yeah.
There's already, we won't give it away, but a Big Five act has confirmed. Two Baltic countries have confirmed. A Eurovision 2021 act has confirmed.
And also 2020 act.
Oh, and a 2020 act. Yeah, we have So it's going to be a good night. I don't think we're going to...
Like coming back.
Yeah. The Wiwi Jam at Home concert will have more artists. That's on the 7th of May on our YouTube channel. And the physical party won't have as many artists, but it's going to be a night to remember, y'all. Because, that DJ's going to be spinning some hot tracks. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Bleona A. We are happy to be in your beautiful country. We've gained about 10 pounds since we got here, eating all of this delicious food.
Grazie.
Grazie. Now, look, I'm going to leave you guys to finish these. And
How is it we've only done one song?
see you soon.
That's amazing. So,
What are you coming back for?
The next video.
Oh, bye. See ya. Have a good life.
have a good life. So,
What's next?
our next country is...
Azerbaijan.
Oh my gosh, Azerbaijan. Men seni seviyorum. Oh my gosh. Do you remember Effendi from last year?
Effendi?
That
Effentix is what I remember.
That was one of my favorite songs. Mama Mata Hari, Mama Mata Hari, Yolanda Ban. So this year we have Nadir Rüstamli. I find him very attractive, by the way. I want to start like that. I don't know. He's very.
We
he
need to
seems
get
very.
Sin on a date, y'all. Sorry.
Yes, I'm 26 and still single.
He's still a virgin, by the way.
TMI.
But I think that's
Can
fine.
we delete that part? Is that possible? I feel embarrassed to
Oh my god, I think it's amazing.
Okay, yes. And
Sinan's gonna kill me now.
I forgot. Yes, the song. Oh, the song. I like the song. It's I like that they put Azerbaijani, Azeri folklore, like ethno sounds in it. It reminded me of Sabina Babayeva 2012 kind of mood, like a sound and thing. And of course it's not one of my favorites, sadly, because I know Nadir from The Voice of Azerbaijan. He actually won that show, and he really. I waited for something, like bam, like really impactful. Maybe live performance and with the staging will elevate the whole entry, higher. I really hope, because, I love Azerbaijan, and he sings amazing live, like no issues with that. But it's just a song. Maybe like, sometimes the studio version doesn't really, get into your body, like into your mind. But when the live performance happens at Eurovision, you're like, oh yes. And yeah, I really hope that they will do something really cool. Yes.
Jonathan.
It's okay. It takes a very long time to get going. Like the first couple of minutes are fairly steady. I do enjoy the final minute where we probably start building towards something, and his voice begins to swell, and we probably get some power in there. But yeah, it's just one that it's fade to black, and the song just fades to the background of my mind in terms of the contest. Really, it's not one of Azerbaijan's greatest entries, I think, which is a shame, really, because they have sent some really good ones in the past. I just feel like, I don't know, I just haven't connected emotionally with the song as a whole yet. It is definitely just that final third that I enjoy the most, and I just wish that the first 2/3 sort of properly lived up to that as well.
And I also wanted to say that I really love the instrumentals. Oh my gosh, sometimes the instrumental is even better than the whole package of the song. So yeah, Suzanne.
So this is one for me that has been, it's another one that wasn't very memorable
Move
for
on
some
song.
reason. I did rate it as a move on song.
Oh god.
Like this morning I had to replay it just because I couldn't remember what it was about. It wasn't one of my very bottom songs, although it is in my bottom 10. I like the way it opens up with a piano. It sounds like a ballad. It picks up. It hurts so fast when the love goes bad. Let it go. Move on. Sometimes it's just not meant to be. Anyway, it wasn't one of my favorites.
So please tell us your score. I want to hear your score.
My score is a 4.
And why?
Because fudge, it's just not very memorable to me.
You really love your
What the heck,
adverts,
girl?
don't you?
Like, I feel like you love to watch
Oh my god.
adverts a lot. And yeah, Jonathan, please tell me your score, please.
My score is 5.5 out of 10. It is
Okay.
towards the lower end. It's okay. I don't hate it by any means. It just doesn't have the appeal to sort of properly sort of bulk up my rankings, unfortunately. And I think in terms of qualification, if Austria and North Macedonia didn't qualify last year with their sort of male powered ballads, then I do worry about Azerbaijan's chances this year as well, unfortunately.
I still think that they will qualify because Azerbaijan normally has really cool stagings. Like last year, oh my gosh, that staging, those backdrops, and the fire and the camera angles, it really worked with Matahari, and I gave it 6.5 because I really believe and think that the staging and the live performance, the whole Eurovision performance will elevate the entry, even though the song is not one of the best songs, sadly. So yeah.
There is some love in there. We've got a 10 out of 10.
Oh wow.
Very nice.
Okay. So.
But the overall score for Azerbaijan across all 18 bloggers is 4.75.
So can we just come back to Sinan's virginity for a moment? So someone says, Suzanne's spilling the tea. So here's my question. Did I spill the tea? Or have I simply positioned Sinan for more allure? The way Achilles stripping is very alluring. The masks on Subwoolfer are very alluring. Some people find virgins very alluring. So, is it the tea or is it not the tea? That is the question. And there's only one person who really knows the answer to that question.
So the next country we are going to review is... Jonathan, please.
Malta.
Oh, Malta! Suzanne, please.
Well, I'd love to if I could find it in my spreadsheet.
So Malta, I want to say something. I will be very honest. I wasn't happy when Emma Muscat and her team changed the song. Why? I really loved your Out of Sight song. It had really interesting melody, interesting style of singing. And I was really, I was like, why? Like, you had already a really nice song. You just had to, like rehearse it and make a great staging, live performance and stuff. I think I like, I Am What I Am. Like, how can I say it actually? Not that much as Out of Sight, let's say that. But she is really gorgeous. She can sing live, but of course this is a song contest. We need a really, really, a good song. And I think that Out of Sight was a really, really good song. And of course it wasn't one of my favorites to win the Malta Eurovision Song Contest, but that's another topic to talk about. And I don't know about, I want to talk also about qualification. I'm not sure if they will qualify this year. Because last year, come on, Destiny Chukwuniera, she literally slayed.
She went in as my number 2, Destiny did.
She was amazing. So Emma Muscat, I had the chance to meet her in Amsterdam and also in London. She's so kind. I love when artists...
We're talking about Emma or Destiny?
Emma Muscat.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she's so kind. She's so humble, and I just hope that Out of Sight will, go to Eurovision and yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I think whoever on Emma's team told her that this was
Who made this? Like, who made
upgrade needs a serious talking to. It is just so generic. It is just so love, peace, happy, clappy.
Happy clappy.
love, peace. Na, na, na, na, na, na, na.
And it's just like, I don't understand the thought process behind the Maltese team or Emma's team or whoever decided this. It's just, it's just so dull in just an overall term. It doesn't go anywhere. Well, I mean, it does go somewhere because Emma is a good vocalist. Like, we can't deny that she is a really good singer. But her songs outside of I Am What I Am and also Out of Sight are just so different to this, to what she releases in her sort of pop career. And the fact that I sort of assumed that she wanted to participate in Eurovision in Italy to help promote her career in Italy, why she isn't going with an Italian pop song that is her thing. That is her music, what her fans know her for. It's what people watching Eurovision need to know about her, because that's the music she's going to release later down the line. If you are someone that really likes I Am What I Am, you're not going to hear that from Emma again, because she doesn't release that music outside of this track, really. So it is disappointing. I think Emma had a lot of potential. She is one of Malta's biggest exports, really, at the moment.
Yes.
She could have really given them a great chance at the contest, and I think they have just wasted the opportunity.
Suzanne.
So I have not listened to Emma's other music, which should not be a surprise to any of you. But I think it's probably not the official Eurovision video that I watched, but maybe it was a different at the national selection. When she's at the piano, when she opens up, was it the national selection? Maybe it was both.
Yes.
I really like it. It's just sitting there watching her play the piano. She's quite just just elegantly beautiful lady, and she opens up by saying, "Remind me who I am," and then in the end it kind of all comes together and you see the child. And so as I tell my lyrical story behind this, I see this person who she's who she is today, and she's kind of looking back and she's looking at where she's come from, and today she is who she is. And I see someone who is looking at their life experiences that have brought them to where they are. And some of the comments I've seen about this, there was something on social media that says, why do you have this made up woman talking about I am who I am? Or I saw a comment here that says, why is an able-bodied white woman talking about I am who I am? And both of those comments bother me a little bit, because I think regardless of who we are or where we come from, we all struggle with who we are, right? Everyone is going to have that moment of doubt. And so I think it's perfectly fitting for anyone to sing this song. And I also just love the whole empowerment piece of it, of owning who you are and owning your truth. So it is one of my favorites because I think she has a beautiful voice. And again, I am not comparing it to any other music by Emma. And, so, okay, someone else loves the song. So that's all I've got to say about Emma and I Am What I Am.
Okay. So I would love to start giving my points. I gave the entry 4.5 out of 10. As I said, I'm really sad they didn't go with Out of Sight and chose I Am What I Am. It's an okay song, you know. Emma Muscat really, you know, thank God Emma Muscat is singing that song. If it was someone else, maybe it wouldn't have, you know. I mean, I like it that just because of Emma Muscat, let's say that. But sadly, not that much as Out of Sight, which was a really nice song. It was really interesting.
Was Out of Sight another song considered for Eurovision this year?
Yes, she changed it. Like she won the contest, the Malta Eurovision Song Contest with Out of Sight, and then they changed it. And yeah. Jonathan?
My score is a 5.5. So again, it is on the lower end, particularly for my scale. You know, I can get into it a bit once we get to the happy clappy section. I will sort of clap along for a bit. It does lift my mood a bit, so it's not truly dreadful, but by any means. But it's just not one that I will instantly click play on, and it's not one that, as I said, think represents Emma at her best.
So, I gave this song a 7.5.
Ooh.
And it is in my top 10.
Is it a move on song?
No, it is not a move on song.
Okay.
It is not a move on song.
Okay, nice. But I want to hear what our other Wiwibloggs voted, please.
Well, Suzanne was the high score with 7.5.
I was the highest?
Girl! The overall score was lower than that. Emma received an average of 4.88.
Oh.
So it is below a 5 and comes in 37 out of 40 in terms of our overall ranking. So it's not one of the team's favourites, unfortunately.
Oh.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on.
Let's move on. Who is the next country, please?
Georgia.
Georgia. Oh, you're from Georgia,
I
but
am. Oh shoot! Now I've lost my spreadsheet. Where do I have? Oh gosh. Okay. Yep. There's Georgia. I'll go first since I have found Georgia on my spreadsheet. Definitely not one of my favorite songs. I do like it more than I liked Georgia's song last year. It's weird and disco-y. It's circus-like. I feel like I'm watching television. It's who was the woman who won years ago with the it starts with a V. Verka and like all of this silver, right?
She didn't win.
Oh, okay, she came in second, but yes. Verka and the silver, it kind of reminds me of like this 10-man, actually I thought I wrote Verka, I think I did pretty good there. Anyway, this song just doesn't do a lot for me, though I liked it more than Georgia's song last year. It's just disco-y weird to me.
Yes, I really like the mood in that song. It's very interesting, it's one of those songs that are really experimental. Like this year we have a lot of those kind of songs, and I really like that because they just make their own music and they are happy with it, like as you said, you would have loved to see Emma Muscat to sing a song that's her song. Yeah. I mean, like the songs that she normally creates and sings. So this song is like.
So what is her normal vibe? Because I have not.
Like it's
Italian pop music.
Yes, it's like Yes.
Now we've seen other artists try to go for different vibes to showcase themselves in a different light. in the past, right? Okay, anyway, sorry,
Absolutely.
we're not talking about Malta anymore. We've moved on to Georgia.
So yeah, but the thing is, I don't know who are these people actually. Are they something like, you know, Subwoolfer, like with masks and with actually not with masks, but they have like glasses, they have like chokers or something. They have like here on the face something as well, and hats and everything. It's so like chaotic, like chaotica, literally chaos, and I don't know. It's like a guilty pleasure for me, that song. I mean,
You know,
yeah.
someone else said that up here, and then someone else agreed with them. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's one that people just sort of seem to enjoy. Little Catherine, Georgia always just do whatever they want, which I think...
Remember last year, he just didn't give a crap. Like, he was just, I'm here.
Oh my god!
Whatever.
Do you remember he was like, something like on the rehearsals?
During
I was like,
rehearsals, like, he intentionally
I was
goofed
like,
it.
what the hell is going on? He was really not motivated, you know.
Hi, y'all.
Yes. So, yeah, Suzanne, you said already.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
I guess that's me. I do like the song. It is like I can get down with some of it. I do like the vibe at times. It is fun. It is catchy. It maybe doesn't go the way I necessarily want it to in places.
Josh, simple things, baby. We love you.
Thank
You're
you.
back. Is that the last pizza slice? Is that LPS? All right, sorry, Jonathan. Continue.
You're gonna say that every time you see a piece of pizza.
I am. Yeah, for the rest of my life, probably.
But yeah, I do really appreciate that they're in the contest, and I think they are really fun to have around. And definitely, as you know, comments have been saying, it's always really fun to see what Georgia send, because they always send something completely different to absolutely everyone else. And yeah, I do sort of enjoy the song at times, but if when I came to rank it, it doesn't necessarily rank extremely highly for me. I find it a bit bitty in places. The chorus is okay, and then we get something maybe a bit too weird for the verses, and then we revert back to the chorus, and it doesn't necessarily have the flow that I want at times. But yeah, I can respect it.
How did you rank it?
So I was looking at this. I've given the same score to Georgia as well as Azerbaijan and Malta. I gave it a 5.5 out of 10. So yeah, it's at that level where I can sort of appreciate it, but there are a lot of songs that I enjoy better and would vote for, shall we say.
So I gave this one a 2. 2 out of 10. And in my overall ranking that you will hear later, it is my 39th. Okay. C9.
Sorry, I'm
The
back.
love button. How did you rank it?
I gave Georgia 6 out of 10 just because I think I love when something is, like chaotica, chaos. And I don't know, they are very interesting.
Bye, Vanessa.
And I'm very curious to see the staging. I feel like they will qualify just like 2016. Do you remember? That was a surprise qualifier for me, Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
People are starting to share their scores. 9 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. What did you give it again, C?
6. And Jonathan, you were saying something?
Funnily enough, you talk about 2016 because obviously, one of the people rumoured to be involved with Circus Mircus is
thanks, babe.
Nico from Georgia's act in 2016. So it is a very sort of similar vibe, and that's there's a bit of Britpop in there as well. The British jury gave Georgia 12 points in 2016. So who knows, they could sort of get some points in there as well.
Somebody's sending love from Turkey to our
My gosh, Türkiye, sizi çok seviyorum. İnşallah geri dönürsünüz.
So last night, as you guys know, right before midnight, someone's asking what kind of pizza we ordered. we decide we're going to go out for pizza. So we go down to the street and we walk around. We cannot find anything open other than a few cafes that do not have pizza. So we came upstairs and Sinan ordered 3 pizzas. Not a pizza. Not 1, not 2, but 3. One was cheese only. One was prosciutto, correct? Maybe prosciutto and onion or just prosciutto? Prosciutto. And the other one had olives and pineapple? No.
Yes.
Oh, olives and pineapple.
That capricciosa.
Capricciosa. And now we're all having LPSs all day long. Okay.
I'm curious to learn what's the overall score about this song.
So this is an interesting one. The overall score is 5.34.
Very middling.
So it is on the sort of the lowerish end, but actually the low was a 1 and the high was a 9. So there's a lot of variety in
Who
there.
gave it a 1?
Who gave it a 1? Oliver gave it a 1.
Robin. Oliver. Hey, what the fuck? Excuse me. You gave last year Hurricane 1 and you gave Georgia as well 1. You think both of them are on the same level?
I love our Ollie Bear.
I love him as well.
Keeps it real. Keep it real, baby.
But yeah, if there are people that are willing to give it 9s and 8s, there are people out there that are going to be voting for this.
William gave it a 2.5.
Oh my
It was not one
gosh.
of William's favourite.
Angus really liked this one. Then again, Angus's favorite song one year was the Denmark song. Help me out. I think it was
2019.
Love.
Denmark.
No, maybe it wasn't Love. A cute little redheaded girl. Leonora.
Leonora, yes.
What was the song?
I forgot the song.
Sway
The
me.
one on the big chair, yes.
Um.
Love is forever.
I mean, if Love is Forever can be one of your favorite songs, so can
Where's
this
the
one.
love? I don't see the love.
Okay, we're probably making everyone dizzy.
Yes. So the next country we are going to review is
Israel.
Oh, yes,
my
okay,
gosh.
okay.
Shalom Israel. Oh my gosh, I love you so much. Toda for everything you do.
Toda.
At Eurovision 2019. Didn't we love eating shawarma literally every day?
They had the best darn food trucks outside of the press center.
Yes. Every day shawarma. We had what was it? Falafel.
Oh gosh.
That
sushi place we kept going to.
Yes. Tel Aviv, yeah, Habibi.
Debit and I
Tel
had a
Aviv.
fantastic day together. We went out to Jerusalem and then Palestine. Oh, Israel was fantastic. Sadly, Michael Ben David is not likely to win, so we're not likely to be in Israel next year, but that was a great trip.
But Michael Ben David, he is literally a singer and a performer that I see myself to be because I have a dream, to be a performer, to perform on stage and sing and stuff. He dances, he sings amazingly while he's dancing. That's the thing that I want to do, Vogue.
If Sinan were on the Eurovision stage, he would own it. He would come in my top 10 just because he's Sinan.
So, yeah. Michael Ben David, he's amazing. He won the X Factor and got the right to represent Israel. I think they had 2 songs, right, to choose from. I mean, every single finalist. And this song was the best one. It has so much power. It has so much, energy, and it's really meaningful to me. It's really meaningful. When I listen to it, I get more confidence because normally I lack a lot of. I'm not the most confident.
Let go of the
confident
fear.
of people.
Let go of the fear.
Person ever. So that's why. Michael Ben David, thank you so much for that song, and thank you so much for inspiring me. And I would love to. Albin Larsen, oh my gosh.
So, would you want to
Thank
sing
you.
for Bulgaria or for Serbia?
For Bulgaria first, because I'm Bulgarian and I don't have Serbian past yet. Maybe I will and then I will, try to sing for Serbia. And I love his, fashion. He's literally a singer that I want to be. Like he has the quality of, of singing, of performing, of, fashion. I love fashion. I love his clothes. Like, can you give me some piece or two? Because I would love to wear them, Michael.
I wanted Blaz's tiger jacket last year. He didn't give it to me.
Yesterday, they announced that Israel will be in Torino. Yes! How cool is that? I am so excited to meet Michael Ben David finally. I love him so much. Sorry, I talk a lot.
Talk away.
I am gonna echo a fair amount of what Sinan said. Actually, this is particularly the first version of the song is one that really resonated with me. I think as I said yesterday, I watch a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
And
Which season is the best?
Some 6-ish, somewhere around. Yes.
I didn't watch that one. A lot of people told me that that season is really, really, really a good one.
Yeah, 5 and 6 are some of the best ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, this is, I have a lot of then sort of Drag Race songs on a playlist just to give me that sassy mood as I walk to work sometimes, make me feel like I can just own the day and ain't no one gonna stop me until the day rolls around and probably something crashes down. But anyway, it just gives me that mood to start off the day with.
Yes.
It is, I think, very much geared towards, gay people, LGBT people. It is our sort of, song, sort of party song, our sort of vibe, as Sinan said, the voguing, the message of self-empowerment. The revamp I wasn't quite as on board with. I felt like the folk stuff that they've now added into the chorus sort of comes out of nowhere a bit, because it just appears there and then you don't actually hear any underlying folk bits throughout any of the rest of the sort of the verses.
I think that's because we already listened to the first version a lot, and that's why I think that happened with Albania as well. Like people were like, I'm not sure if I like the the new version of the revamped version than the first version. I think that's the reason of it, because we have been listening to the first version a lot.
Maybe. Personally, I've got on board with the Albanian revamp, but haven't quite as much with the Israel one. But I do still really like the song, particularly the verses. There's enough sass in there to unleash my inner diva, and it's one that I will definitely enjoy, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the performance. Suzanne.
So moving on to me. So I am. It kind of goes along with that whole concept of I am what I am that Emma sings about. And I think that's what I love about both of these songs. Jonathan mentions that it's for the LGBTQ plus and alternative communities, and then someone mentioned that Emma, she's just this plain white woman, and I think that goes back to my point of we very simply all are who we are. But moving into Israel specifically, it's funny, I went to teach yoga one morning, and he had just been announced, and one of my yoga students, his wife is from Morocco and he's from Israel, and this is a guy who's like in his mid-60s. He's like, oh my gosh, have you heard the Israeli singer who won for Israel this year? And so we chatted about that. But I like this song. It has a jazz feel. I love his white suit. I love Michael Ben David's beautiful face. And I am. And I am. Own your presence. Take up your space. Speak your truth. But it shows people of different shapes and different sizes and different ethnicities. I love that he talks about being shameless, or sings about being shameless and flawless. I love that it's rappy and fun. It's more alive than some of the songs that we have this year. And long story short, I very simply like it. And back to the fashion statement, I love all the cute little bolero jackets he wears. I always feel like I'm going into like a cool rodeo.
I want them. Like, I literally want to buy. Michael Bain David, where do you go to buy your clothes? Please, I want to buy one of your pieces. It's amazing, like spectacular. I really love it. I also watch RuPaul's Drag Race. By the way, I started watching RuPaul's Drag Race last year. I think it was September or October, something like that. And the first season that I watched was 11th season. I really loved it, but I think I only watched the season 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. I think season 10 is one of my favorite seasons that I watched so far because I love Aquaria. She's my queen, yes. Yeah. So my score is 8.5 out of 10. It's one of those songs that I listen a lot, and it just gives me, the thing, just try, everyone. Listen to that song like not immediately, but before you go out, from your house in the morning, and you will realize that it gives you a lot of, energy, a lot of confidence, and like you're like, okay, let's go, I'm ready to slay the day, like that. I really feel that when I go to work because, girl, I work at fashion store, and sometimes people are strange and hard to to understand, but yeah. Suzanne,
I rated this song at a 6.5.
nice. Okay.
I am one up from Suzanne, so I was a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, it's one that I do really enjoy. I do enjoy listening to it. In terms of qualification, I think he's performing second in the semi-finals, so he is very early on. So it is a difficult one to sort of start from, really, but I think there's potential in there. I think he might sort of just managed to slip through. There's definitely competition in there for sort of him to be able to sort of make it, but
he's going through. It's going through.
I mean, Israel, they have so many ideas so many different and unique ideas for stagings. And also, do you guys remember, like, this year they had, like, I feel like Tel Aviv Calling was Israel Calling, Tel Aviv Calling. What the fuck? Israel Calling was the best pre-party. Like, that arena and the whole production. I was watching like mini Eurovision, let's say that. Like, bravo, Tel Aviv. Thank you so much, Israel.
Let's see. Ombre gives this a 7.5. Lily Catherine gives it a 6 out of 10.
Somebody asked, Will
Queen
Porrick,
Sherry, 5 out of 10.
Will Porrick will be, yeah.
Our sexy Irishman, he is going to be here in Turin.
Yes, can't wait to see him. So let's see the overall score, by the way, at Wiwibloggs. So
the overall score is a 5.56.
That's a low one, I think.
we were on the higher end, actually. There's a fair few 2s in there. The low score was...
Somebody even wrote, I love I Am for exactly 20 seconds. Really? Really?
Yeah. It is a bit of a polarizing one. And so overall, where did they end up? Israel finishes 31st in our rankings.
I think that's not...
where did it come? Oh, this made my top 10. Israel must be applauded for their risky entries. Bravo. I agree with Radovic on that.
Yes. So, do we have another country to review?
That's all 5 in this.
No, we're doing 10. We're doing 10 this time. What are the next 5?
I don't know. We only set it up with 5.
Yeah, we have break.
Weren't we doing 10?
We
William told us to do 10.
break.
I listen to my brother. These people don't. That's okay.
Girl, we will come
back.
back.
All right, so hold on. We'll be back at 5:30. 5:30, we will do the next 5 or 10 songs.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining, and
Love you.
it gives us a lot of energy, and we love to talk to you. And just thank you so much for watching, and yeah, we will
Alright.
see you very, very, very soon.
Bye.
Bye.